Hello everyone, Magdalena here, Wolf of Coins. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am still at my parents' place and I thought it would be a nice opportunity to show you all what a nerd I am. Because why not? Why not? This is the shelf. And of course, I've always been stacking books up here because I didn't have enough space. But yeah, I have a lot of books in my old room. A lot of them I took away. I took them to Switzerland with me. But this shelf still has a lot of my mythology books. This shelf, this level, because there is another one here. This level has always been, well, it started here. Because I have loved mythology since I was a kid. So I started accumulating books about mythology in this corner. And then it spread. So let me give you a little tour. Here I've always kept my most favorite and oldest books. But then most of them are in Switzerland now. But this book. It's Greek Mythology by Wanda Markowska. It's an old book. It belonged to my mom, and it was a book that sparked my interest in Greek mythology. It has a really precious place in my heart. Yeah, there were illustrations. And my dad was making fun of me that because I was still a little kid, I don't know, of 8, and I was reading this, and my dad was like, "Oh, you only want to watch the nude boys here." And I was like, "What?" But yeah, that's true, that there's a lot of nude boys here. It's about Greek mythology. So yeah, I didn't care for the boys. I cared for this magical world that I found fascinating, absolutely fascinating. So these are stories about gods and heroes from the classical Greek period. Then I have this one. It's mythology of the ancient Rome. This is fascinating. This person here wrote it in a more, it's not like a guide to all the stories. He wrote a kind of essays about Roman beliefs. There are pictures too, but there was always this veil of this feel of a secret around it, and I loved this book. I've read it many times. Oh, come on, no space. I always squeeze as many books as I can. All right, later. So here's a corner for the so-called Black series. A few decades ago, there used to be a series about mythologies. You can tell these books are old. So this is mythology of Japan, of Africa, of the Aztecs. I have here also about Hittite Anatolia, and of course Slavic mythology, which is with me in Switzerland. This book is falling apart, but it's it's a book, very friendly mythology stories. I think it was like a book that we read in 5th grade, something like that. So yeah, then I have books divided in themes. Here I have Mesopotamia, so yeah, a dictionary of Mesopotamian mythology and Akkadian myths, Sumerian myths, Mesopotamian myths. I have the Gilgamesh Epos here translated to Polish, and it has amazing lino cuts as illustrations. Whoa, look at that. Then another book on Mesopotamia. Uh-oh, what's there? Oh, something smaller. What's that? Oh, yeah, like occult knowledge in ancient Egypt. Why is it here? Oh, yeah, because we are starting with Egypt, of course. Egyptian myths. There was this series, this orange thingy. Sacred characters of Egypt. Then for some reason I have this book here. It's about Slavic cosmology, and I don't recommend it. It's written as if the author didn't want you to read the book. It's really awful. Even though I appreciate he made like a great lot of work, but the presentation of it is just like reader unfriendly. The great classic, this golden branch? No, what's the original? Sorry, James Fraser. Oh, yeah, Golden Bow, a study in magic and religion. So yeah, it's an amazing, it's a classic in mythology studies. Then I have this cool book that I'm planning on reading, like properly someday. Whoa! Whoops! Yeah, that's how it ends when you squeeze in too much. Yeah, so it's ancient history and legends of India. Then I have Ganesha here. It's a dictionary of Hindu mythology. Then there is a collection, Panchatantra. It's a collection of stories. Woo! With colorful pictures. Ooh, yay! And for some reason I have Greek mythology by Robert Graves here, but this is like a tiny book for 5th graders. Yeah, but I still have it. Then Chinese mythology. Then I've got Finnish Kalevala, because I would pick up everything, and Kalevala is so cool. Then we start with Germanic tribes and Scandinavia. Now it's Germanic mythology. Then we get Scandinavian mythology in the era of Vikings. Then we get history of Vikings. This is a very cool one, illustrated dictionary of Viking mythology, and it really is illustrated beautifully. I love this one. Then I have this book. It says just Vikings, okay? And it also has pictures in color. Then for some reason I have some astrology thingy, like Secrets of Zodiac. Then we start with Druids and Celtic traditions, so Druidic horoscopes with trees. Then I have, this is from the same series that I have Chinese and where is it? And the Mesopotamia one. So, Dictionary of Celtic Mythology. Oh, another one from the Black series. See, with Carnunos. And this one, actually, I love this book, and I just learned who wrote it. I mean, because I know these names now. Before it was just, okay, somebody wrote it, right? So this is a really cool series. Also, I have one, this is like myths and legends of the world. And I have another one about India and about Slavic people, but that's back in Switzerland. So yeah, I love this one. It's great. You know, it's this kind of a lexicon. But it's very useful, very useful. I have some bookmarks here. So yeah, John and Cashley Matthews. I didn't know them before. Then again, this series, you see there are a lot of series going on. Celtic myths, ancient Celts, and then this set of Celts and Druids. And then I get to, oh, this one is cool as well. It's the same series, you see, with the headless rider. And it's symbolical and mythical animals. It's like also a dictionary lexicon. This one is so cool. If you know the Witcher series by Andrzej Sapkowski, he wrote this, and yeah, it's about fantasy books, and but it also has a section of mythologies, because what is fantasy? What are fantasy novels without any mythology behind it, right? So he wrote also like there's, come on, bestiary and creatures of the light, darkness, and half-light. I don't know how to translate it right now, but yeah, he wrote it in a very funny, like humoristic style. It's very cool. What's this one? Oh yeah, it's Warsaw Legends, and it's the basilisk. If you don't know, the basilisk is one of the like most famous Warsaw legends, together with the gold duck and of course the mermaid. And then there is this book. It's like a dictionary of deities and demons. Pretty cool. Then the whole book on look at the cover, vampires and werewolves. So like sources, history, legends from ancient times till modern times. I don't think it covers Twilight though, because it's not as new. Then there's this great book. It's awesome, by Borges. I don't know the original title, but it's about various mythological creatures. Like there is the griffin, or Garuda, the Hindu bird, and yeah, various mythical creatures, and Borges writes about them. Then I have 2 volumes of Winnie the Pooh, because yeah, I love Winnie the Pooh. This is such a cool book. It's really awesome. I loved it when I read it as a kid. It's called Black on White, and it's about writing systems. Look at that, various writing systems. So yeah, it was very interesting for me. They also wrote about like how do you make paper, stuff like that. So when I was a kid, it was great. What's that? Books from Japan? No clue. Then there is this cool series, you might know it, and it's the horrible history. So I have one about Middle Ages, about Celts, Egyptians, Romans, the Incas, Greeks, Vikings, and Aztecs. And I love the illustrations. Also, when I was in Scotland last time, I bought one from this series about history of Scotland. And it's awesome. It is awesome. The illustrations are just perfect. So it's like when you're a kid in school and you need some, motivation for learning. There are like little comics, some quiz, and just fun. It's awesome. If you have kids and want to make them interested in history, try this series. I think it's a horrible history. And here it's a little like one level down. I have those. It's taller, so. Okay, my phone stopped recording, and I just remembered that I didn't show you these books. So here's another dictionary of Celtic mythology, and I remember buying it because it was so cheap. It's like it was half price, so I was like, yeah, why not? Seriously. So I have Sherlock Holmes here. I have a sequel to Winnie the Pooh, if you know it, by David Benedictus. I have a book called Knights of Medieval Latin Europe. I have Slavic people and Vikings, so our shared history. What's that? Oh, this is a collection of fantasy stories, I think. There is C.S. Lewis. What's the original title? Oh, and then what happened to this book? Whoa. The Discarded Image. It's very interesting. I never finished it though, but I was reading it when my son was really small and I was very sleepy. I almost did not read any books the year he was born. Then there is Tamlin and the Queen of the Elves. So ancient legends and stories from British Isles. I love the Tamlin story. It's just so awesome. And if you have not read Winter Rose by Patricia McKillip, read it. It's the best book ever, and it's a retelling of the Tamlin story. So yeah, as I said, here I have a mixture of stuff. Like I have New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, and some other stories, but I have Alphonse Mucha and some other albums. This is a great book. My dad always knew how I loved mythology, even though he joked about it because he couldn't get that, why would a little kid want to read such stuff? He bought me this. And let me just show you quickly how awesome this is. This sparked my interest even more. It's like Mythology Atlas, and it's about various stories from various places and times with a lot of pictures. Yes, you can see Arthur Rackham here as well, but also very old paintings, and these are just great for kids. This is the giraffe is for Africa. So the mythological stories are made into this kind of a comic with these silhouettes and made easy to understand. More Arthur Rackham. So yeah, it's wonderful, but it also has, I don't know if I will find it now, but it also has contemporary mythology, so let's say, because it includes movies such as Metropolis. Oh yeah, you have genealogy of Greek gods. How cool is that? How cool is that? Oh, this is my great love. This is Siegfried or Sigurd from a Germanic and Scandinavian myth. Oh my God, it's just so awesome. Yeah, you can tell. So yeah, for Scandinavian and Germanic, I think it's for Nordic basically. We have this boat. It's about Odin and more Arthur Rackham. So yeah, oh yeah, it's the Golem. It's a movie. Oh yeah, and here we have Blade Runner. How awesome! Here there is Metropolis. So yeah, various things. And yeah, I have various other books such as Greek and Roman mythology by famous Polish scholar Zygmunt Kubiak. It's not very fascinating, actually. It was not when I was reading it. Yeah. Then what else? Tibet and Mongolia, and other books. Also, how you call it? Like coats of arms of various noble houses in Poland. I have 3 etymology dictionaries, like Polish language etymology. 1, 2, 3, yeah. There's Japanese Polish dictionary, Master and Margarita, how to paint. Okay, this is more jumbled, but yeah. I hope you've enjoyed my little tour of the shelf, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye!